Hey, John Cruz here at ICAST 2013, and I've got a brand new bait from Missile Baits. This is the Missile Baits Baby D-Bomb. Now this little thing was born from the big bad D-Bomb that everybody's kind of come to know and love as far as a go-to flipping bait. I know it's mine, and it's definitely Ish's and a lot of other anglers out there. So the big D-Bomb has now got a smaller sibling. This thing is pretty awesome. It's still got enough beef to it that you can put a 3 or 4/0 hook in it very easily, and you can punch mats and flip and pitch, do that kind of stuff that you would expect from this type of creature bait. But you can also use it in a finesse presentation. You can put a shaky head on it and or drop shot it, and it looks great. I've done that and tested it. It looks good, and the fish just seem like they swim all the way across the lake to eat the thing. So here's the baby D-Bomb from Missile Baits. Should be available sometime in September. And we've also got some new colors in the D-Bomb, new colors in the Fuse. This is one of our D-Bomb colors. It's called Desert Storm. It's kind of a very crawfish-looking orange and green pumpkin, a little gold shimmer in it. Looks really good. I can't wait to get this thing into my arsenal. So I've got new colors and the brand new baby D-Bomb from Missile Baits. I've got in my hand the Warlock Jig Head. A lot of people like to fish a shaky head, including myself. I find myself, anytime I need to put a fish in the boat, a lot of times I pick up that shaky head, catch a couple fish if I need to, and then I may go back to a different technique, or I might stick with that shaky head all day if I'm catching a lot of fish. I'm not going to put that down and try to get them going on a different technique if that shaky head's working. But this shaky head, the Warlock Jig Head, we make it here at Missile Baits. It's got a gamakatsu hook in it, it's got a custom short spring in it, and it's got a very different head shape design, so that as you're fishing that bait, it comes through cover really, really well. That's one of the things I really couldn't stand about a shaky head, is that when you're fishing it, you get hung up in brush, you get hung up if you're fishing in real gnarly rock. But this bait right here comes through extremely well. I mean, you may still get hung up occasionally, but I bet you it will blow your mind. If you're any type of a shaky head fisherman and you like a ball head jig or anything like that, try this new Missile Baits Warlock Jig Head, and it will come through cover surprisingly well, and it's got a sticky sharp 3/0 gamakatsu hook in it, so once you get them on there, you got them. I want to show you a bait we came out with last year, but still I think it's flying under a lot of people's radar, and this is the Missile Craw. This is a 4-inch crawfish shaped bait, but I really like to use it for pitching, flipping, mat punching, and even shaky head fishing. As you can see, it's kind of almost like a tube shape, but it's got the big claws right here. So as that bait's being worked really slow, those big claws kind of bounce around and flop around in a real natural way. But as the bait's falling down, it darts. It darts, and it has a real fast fall. So it's much different than, say, the D-Bomb or a bigger, bulkier creature bait. And there are definitely times when they want this thing way more than any other bait that you could be fishing when you're flipping and pitching. So one example is at Falcon Lake this last year. I ended up finishing 3rd down there, and almost every fish that I weighed in came on this Missile Craw. On the 3rd day, I had over 32 pounds of fish, all on the Missile Craw. This thing, man, it was catching them right behind other anglers. Other anglers would fish through an area, maybe they'd catch one, but I'd go through there and I'd catch 2, 3, or 4. And man, people were really trying to figure out what was going on. But I fished the whole first practice day with the D-Bomb, and only caught 1 fish. And I said, man, something's not right. The conditions were setting up so it was post-spawn, and that place gets pressured quite a bit. So I picked up the Missile Craw, and in 15 minutes I had a 5.5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 2-pounder, and some other smaller ones in 15 minutes after I'd fished all day and only had 1 bite. So that's when I knew they really wanted that Missile Craw. And if you keep that in mind, next time you go out there and you have a bigger, bulkier flipping bait and you're not getting bit, you may want to try the Missile Craw. A lot different profile, a lot different fall rate, and there are times that it definitely is the way to go.